Hello, friends. My name is Aslam Sheikh, your host for this evening. I'm the founder and CEO of Alif, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is our 45th webinar series and broadcast is live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every Friday, we aim to bring in the valuable speakers to discuss the topic that is important for you and for your career. Those who are joining us first time, let me quickly introduce you who we are and what we do. So I'm quickly sharing this slide, and I'm hopeful that you'll be able to see it as well. So the company name is Alif. It's the first alphabet in Urdu and Arabic language, which signifies the beginning. And hence we kept this name because for most of the students, it's a first time, a new journey towards global education. Our company got established in 2008. We have counseled over 23,000 students so far. We maintain healthy 100% admission ratio and 95% visa ratio. We also are affiliated with a lot of international and national bodies across the world. We were also named as the 10 most recommended overseas education consultants by Insight Success, the famous magazine. We also guarantee the admission to the universities we represent based on the applications we receive and once we go through your eligibility criteria. These are some of the universities across the world where our students are studying at various levels like bachelor's, PG, or master's programs. What we also help the students is to get the scholarship. As on 2019, we had helped our students to get collectively 23 crores rupees of scholarship across various countries and programs and universities, which we represent for the various heads which you're seeing in front of your screen. What we primarily do is that we help you to decide the right course and right career path for you through a career counseling. We also help you to get IELTS coaching, which is the exam which is mostly required by almost all the universities across various countries. Our company has also been Silver Partner Award winner by the British Council. And of course, in the domain of study abroad, right from student profiling to applications, even helping you to write the SOP wherever it is required, assisting you through the bank loan to which we are affiliated with 6+ banks in India. Also help you with the visa process, air ticket, foreign exchange, pre-departure sessions, and accommodation arrangement before you leave India. These are some of the countries which we represent across various continents in Europe, North America, Middle East, and Asia and Pacific. We are very active on social media, so do follow us on Facebook and Google, and do leave your review if you've already availed any of our services. We also participate very actively into the events, or we organize the events. And of course, it's a story of pre-COVID, whereby we had a lot of sessions for the students, parents, foreign universities. And not only that, we also visit our students when they are studying in different countries and different colleges. So me, my staff, my counselor, they keep on moving and they keep on meeting the students to get trained, get feedback from the universities and from the schools, and that helps us to help our new students. Well, about me, I've counseled personally over 1,000 students. I've been to 14 countries and keep on traveling because that's my passion. I've been certified counselor by various international bodies. I'm also the executive member of the Bombay Industry Association Academic Division. I'm also the ex-president of BNI Plus chapter. I'm also the member of Swiss India and Swiss American Chamber of Commerce, and was also nominated and selected as the 10 best consulting leaders to watch for in 2020 by the Knowledge Review magazine. So that's something, the brief introduction about me. And let's move to the today's topic. And as we all know, today we are going to discuss about why UK ranks and why UK is so famous, being the among top 3 study destination consistently for last over decades. And to discuss this very exciting subject, we have with us a UK expert. And let me do the honor of introducing you to Mr. Jagat Patel. Hello, Jagat. Welcome to the show.
Hi. 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 I'm Jagat Patel, the Regional Director for Bhatspa University, which covers India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and the UAE. It's a very good question. I would say UK is one of the ranks top among the 3 destinations because, first of all, the education is good. The universities are well ranked, unlike some other countries where their colleges, and our universities are maybe 100 years, 200-year old. So I think the reputation is good. It's like a
Right.
Bombay University or a Delhi University. They're very old and established. They're not colleges. So there's a big difference there.
Right. So
Uh,
Jagat, I just wanted
Destination
to
wise, sure.
yeah, I just wanted to also mention to our audience about you that you yourself have studied in UK, and you've been into
Yes.
the education market for last 15 years. So I think that they could get the best out of your conversation to know more about UK. And before we formally start the session, I would also want to say that Jagat Patel is the regional head for the Bajpa University for India and South Asia market. And let's start with this first question. And Jagat definitely would like to continue with what you're saying. We want to know, as a student,
Sure.
as a parent, that what makes UK as a hot destination for the Indian students to look for.
Okay. Hot destination is A because one, it's closer to India than maybe in Australia or a Canada or a US. A lot of parents can go and visit them. That's the first thing. Second thing, the weather. It is not as cold as Canada, but of course, USA is warmer. That's, students prefer that as well, being UK. Food is not a problem because there are a lot of Indians in the UK. So food, you would all be able to eat Indian food or get Indian food in your universities, anywhere nearby. So that is one thing. But UK has a lot of cultural history, unlike the other countries. So it's more older, maybe than a USA or a Canada. So there's history to attach to it, and the students will get a lot of international exposure because they're meeting other students and other people from all over the world. That's the difference.
That's right. Friends,
But
this is
I mean,
what,
out
yeah,
yeah.
sorry, please go ahead. Yeah, please go
So
ahead,
I
Jagat.
mean, I went as a student when I yeah sure I went as a student when I was in my boarding school. Then went on to going to a university college there, university, finished it, and came back to India. And the education gave me a lot of experience, so I could come back and start working here. It was very different.
That's
So
right.
it's and the plus point of UK is you can basically go and do your degree in 3 years, or for your undergrad, and your postgrad would be in a year to 2 years. So that's a big advantage over the other countries. You save
Right.
a lot of time,
Yeah, here also the
and the
question
cost
many
actually
times,
are actually the same.
yeah, many times students ask on the same point the question, and we would like you to just enlighten us that the master's program and the bachelor's program are for 3 years and for 1 year, wherein in Australia and
Correct.
US it's for 4 years and 2 years. So sometimes students and parents feel that is it something that we are going to study less as compared to other countries, or how does UK compensate in terms of years?
It is more concentrated in the UK. So that's the advantage, and the level is much higher. That's the difference. So I mean, I know parents feel, oh, if you're going to do 2 years in America, but technically UK they've sandwiched it in 1 year, and same for undergraduation as well. The cost is actually the same whether you go to UK or you go to America. It's probably UK would be cheaper because you finish it in a year as compared to 2 years.
Right. So it's
As a,
more concentrated
technically, no, the
education.
parents should not worry because these are old universities, 200 years old. They're all government, public funded universities. So they have to have maintained that reputation. Very rarely you hear of a university in the UK shutting down. Maybe one or two in the last 40 years, I would say. 30, 40 years. Colleges no longer exist in the UK. So that's good. So parents should not worry. Put your kids to a university in the UK, not a
Absolutely.
college.
Absolutely. And that's a very good advice. That's a very important advice from Mr. Jagat that look at the university because most of these universities are been existing for last over 50 years, 100 years, and 200 years. And the colleges is not the market. And since most of the universities are public universities, and that makes a lot of sense from students' point of view and parents' point of view to rely on to the quality of education. Moving further, I've also got very interesting data to share here. data from Office of National Statistics, which says that Indian students' number to UK going has increased by 17% in last 2 years. And that's a good news. In 2018, where we had only 20,000 students approximately going to UK, which has nearly doubled it by 37,000 students in 2019, by March 2019. So that itself is a very strong sign that UK is gaining its traditional popularity among the Indian students, to join the UK as a destination. And that's where my next question comes, Jagat. That uh, according to you, you've been the student and you've been the counselors now for last so many years promoting UK. What are the three major advantage of studying in UK for Indian students' point of view as compared to other countries?
Okay. Um, the advantage is the quality of education is the most important thing. You get good campus. If you're living on campus, you get a good campus life as well, I think. And the costs. Students do look at cost. And some lot of students from maybe cities like Bombay and Delhi who want to come back to India, they would probably look at a 3-year course as opposed to a 4-year course, or a 1-year master's as opposed to 2 years. That's the difference. So I would
Right.
say, I mean, you get, plus you can also travel to Europe
Hmm.
easily in your, I mean, holidays, and get the culture from the European countries as well. So as a student, you're allowed to travel to Europe on a visa, easily accessible. You can get it from UK itself. So you can get the culture of Europe as well. But you're meeting a lot of international crowd in London. So that's a plus point.
Right. So I think that's very important, friends. What Mr. Jagat is saying is that the countries which are as big as Canada or US may not be giving you enough opportunity in one way to explore the regional or the local or the neighboring countries as such. Wherein being in UK, you are just surrounded by other UK European countries, and that allows you to have a much larger and broader culture exposure as compared to a country based exposure. That's a very valid point, Jagat. And moving to the next point, we would like to know more about Badspa University.
Sure.
We know that it stands very tall when it comes to the creative studies. However, as a city, we would like to know more about how the Bath city is as compared to
Sure.
other cities of UK, and what you would like to share about the university itself.
Sure. First of all, the city of Bath is about an hour and a half away from London, which is not very far. So if you want to come back on the weekends and meet your friends, family, party, you can come back. And 1.5 hours is not far. Your students are eligible for a student pass on trains and buses. So it makes it cheaper for you to come there. Bath itself is a decent town with two universities there, University of Bath and Bath Spa University. We are Bath Spa University, which is known for its cultural courses. Our courses are ranked cultural courses, and especially fashion, art, design, and at the top five ranked in the UK, which is very good. The city itself is very safe. It is actually ranked as, again, in the top 10, by being the 10 safest cities in the UK, especially for women and young kids. I mean, girls who are going to study there. So if you Google it, you'll see city of Bath. It's a very safe city. It's a very historic city. We got a name has come, Bath Spa, because there are Roman baths in the city. That is the reason. But we do not offer any of those courses. But our main concentration is on the cultural courses, but we have computing courses in undergrad level. We have offered MBA, business and management. We're offering variety of other courses like all of the universities now. But the city is a very nice city, very historical. Now, in case you want some entertainment, you can always go to Bristol, which is about 20 minutes or 30 minutes by car, bus, or train. It's a bigger city, so a lot of our students go to Bristol over the weekend, or they stay in Bristol and you come to the university because it's very easy to commute. It's a bigger city as
That's right.
such, but it's a beautiful city. You can always Google search Bath and you'll find out.
Yes, that's very nice. Thank you very
Please.
much for adding this information. And
Sure.
just to add, I think Bath is also UK's only UNESCO World Heritage city, and that makes also it's very beautiful one among the few ones. Yeah, you were saying something, Jagat.
Yes, it's also basically environmental friendly, and it is also the town is in a green zone, so it's a very environmental friendly city as well, and it's got a mixed community all over, so it's a very nice city to be in and
Right.
very cultural. And the jobs are available also part time for students who were looking for jobs, so they can have a job in Bath because we have a lot of restaurants and a lot of other things you can get jobs in, you know, or in Bristol either, because of the tourists who come there all the time. It's a thriving city because of the Roman baths. So there are a lot of movements in the daytime.
Okay, and that was actually my next question. When we get to know about the programs, how the university helps the students to find out the career placements, or what are the career opportunities after studying at the university?
Sure. We have a job shop at the university which will guide the student, write a nice CV, and then guide them to apply locally. Or if there are no local jobs, maybe in London where they can go and work on the weekend and then come back. You can, because a lot of people commute up and down. As a student, you're allowed to work 20 hours a week part time and full time in your holidays. So you can come, you know, you can come back, go out to London on a Saturday, Sunday, finish your 20 hours a week and come back also. But we have a job shop in the university which will guide you and help you get a job.
Okay,
And
that's
they
nice.
make, they'll write a good CV for you as well.
Right.
And most of
So that's
actually our students are going for these cultural courses are getting jobs.
right. So that's very important, friends.
Our ratio is very good.
University.
We are almost 97% of our students are on the cultural.
Wow, that's very remarkable, and I believe that that's very important for students also to know, and they must have noted this point that a university helps students right from preparing yourself to write a good CV and also look out for the placements, and they have got up to 95, 97% placement for the, especially for the students of culture. And it's not very far from London, as Jagat is rightly saying. So you get best of both the world, that you try to avoid maybe the living expenses, the high living expenses of the city like London, but you're still not very far from London, so that you can always commute for your jobs, for part times, and also for the full times. Thank you, Jagat. My next question is, how's the fee structure, and do we have any scholarship also available by the university?
Sure. The fee structures are roughly about £13,000 for undergrad or postgrad courses, 13 to 14,000, and the scholarships go up to £1,000 to £2,000. But you need to they're merit scholarships, so you need to have about 70% in your degree or 70% in your undergraduation in 10th and 12th to apply for the scholarships. So we have first 30 limited undergrad scholarships or postgrad scholarships, which they just kind of need to show me the percentages. And then we have these are the India scholarships each year.
Oh,
So the
so
students would need to just kind of send an email to me, say these are my percentages. I check the percentages, and the scholarships would be given accordingly. But
okay.
it's very competitive fees, like every other university. We have between 13 to 14,000 pounds for the undergrad and postgrad courses.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's something which is very important for the students also to know. My next question, Jagat, is that how's the situation of COVID at the moment? Can they apply and make
Yes,
an
can you hear
application for
me?
the next
Yeah.
breaks?
So if you compare the university, we are still, I mean, if you consider, sorry, Islam,
No, no. Please go ahead. I'm listening
how
to
is the
you.
situation?
How's the situation for
Sure.
COVID?
So if you currently we are only studying online, so we have to just wait and see how things go. We hope that things are better by next September, the coming September. So students can go and study in person. We did open up last year, September onwards, and we had limited students per class, so we had different batches. We had 20 students per class, and we ran multiple batches. So students are not affected. Currently, they're not studying there; they're online. But hopefully by September, with the vaccinations and everything going through, because the vaccinations in UK are going very fast. The elderly are already going on the second shot of the vaccination, so that is a plus point. So hopefully by June, July, things would clear up. That's what we're looking at. And September, you can study online.
Okay, fine. And Jagat, I've just received one more question about the Brexit. So has that impacted
Okay.
in any way of Indian students going to UK?
Yes. Yes. The Indian students have a plus point because the foreigners from Europe who are living in the UK now have to leave the UK. So there are a lot more jobs available now for the Indian students as previously there were, because a lot of the Polish, the Eastern Europeans had taken over a lot of the jobs. So it was difficult. Now those jobs would have opened up for the Indians. Yes,
Okay.
so Brexit actually has helped these international students.
Right. So, friends, according to Jagat, that the Brexit happening is a good news for majority of the international students, especially students going from India as well. And there are a lot more jobs available as compared to the earlier time, and that's a good news. And so you can take something positive out of that particular political decision, which has been there for last so many years, and it's finally came through. So finally, Jagat, before I end this session, any one advice you would like to give it to our students who are or parents who are listening to you?
Sure. You know, I would say UK is the hot destination currently. A lot of the students, as Aslam explained, the ratio has increased in the last couple of years. Even last September, January, there must be close to about 40,000 students who went. So it's just rising. And that's an advantage because we have started with 2 years work experience, post-study work, as or you call it a visa, where you can live in the UK for 2 years after you graduate, which wasn't there previously. So if you want to go, you have 2 more years after graduation where you can work, which
Right.
is a plus point, Aslam. I think, as you know, that's the reason. That's the advantage for students going.
Absolutely, Jagat, and I completely agree with you. So, friends, UK is changing. The positive things are happening, and I believe that all directs you to take a good positive decision to look at UK very positively for your bachelor's or master program. And one of the good universities of Batspa we spoken today. So, thank you, Jagat, for your very enlightening conversation,
Thank you,
very short,
Aslam.
quick conversation,
Sure, sure,
and
sure,
very much to the point.
sure,
So, friends,
sure.
those who are listening to us, thank you very much for your time. And if you are still confused about your career, about your first step, that what you want to study, so here is in the link I'm sharing with you our SAT student ability test, which you can try it out and get to know about your own strengths, about your own weaknesses, so that you get clear about what kind of programs you're looking for. And if you're clear about what course you are going to go to do in abroad, please do not hesitate to contact us. So, listeners who are listening to us first time, the helpline number is there in front of you: 9987099890, or you can also email us at info@alef.in, and our professional counselor will be happy to assist you and to take your queries further. My name is Aslam Sheikh, founder and CEO of Alef, signing out with a promise to come back again next week on Friday, sharp 5 p.m., with another interesting topic and with some amazingly talented speaker enlightening you on the subject that matters to you the most. Until then, stay safe and stay excited.